The Deerclops is a pre-hard mode boss in the snow biome. It can spawn at midnight during a blizzard if there aren't NPCs around, and is somewhat geared players in the snow biome. You can also spawn it manually with the deer thing. Craft it with a lens, 5 Crimtane or Demonite ore, and 3 Flink's fur. It's best to fight the Deerclops with post-Skeletron gear, but it can be spawned and fought at any point in the game. I found the best way to fight it is to stand on a platform above it and then use ranged weapons to attack it while dodging its own attacks. It summons ice spikes in the direction it's facing twice, and then in both directions. You can easily predict these attacks to fight it. What's unpredictable is the Expert and Master Mode attack, when it summons Shadow Hands that move around predicting your movements. This boss is really special because when you die, it just wanders around in the snow biome until a game day has passed. This is unlike other bosses which despawn as soon as you die. So what this means for you is you can die an infinite number of times during the fight and just keep coming back. By the way, you can run through its legs, which is kind of fun. The Deerclops drops the Eye Bone, a pet that has access to your piggy bank. It's kind of like an upgraded money trough. The Pneumatic Horn converts bullets to random items as projectiles, which is actually really fun. You can shoot like stone and feathers and whatever. The Weather Pane is a magic item that summons a tornado to fight nearby enemies for a short time. This is like a pre-hard mode equivalent to the Razorblade Typhoon. The Hondius Shootius is a sentry summoning weapon which has an interesting appearance. Lucid the Axe is, well, an axe, also it likes to talk to you. The radio thing toggles the screen effect from the secret seed, the Constant. Deerclops also drops the vanity items Ibrella and Dizzy's rare Gecko Chester. The Deerclops is part of the Don't Starve Together crossover, which introduced a number of items inspired by the game series Don't Starve. In addition to the Deerclops and its drops, the crossover introduced a secret seed called the Constant, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. The world generates marble patches and mini spider biomes on the surface, and there's also wavy caves, which makes traveling underground a lot quicker. The most interesting difference is the new hunger system. You start off as peckish for 5 minutes, then you become hungry. At this point you're weakened, and your player stats are lowered, and after 5 minutes of that, you finally begin starving. You lose 2% of your health per second until you either eat or die. Eating any type of food removes all hunger, and you restart the process. Buying a bunch of marshmallows from the merchant in the snow biome is the best way to combat hunger. And now finally we have my personal favorite feature. The darkness literally kills you. If it's pitch dark you get a warning, and then after a few seconds you quickly start dying. And when it's nighttime on the surface, it's always pitch dark, so as soon as you start with this seed, get some torches and place them around to make sure you're ready once the sun sets. Now to make matters even worse, rain extinguishes torches, campfires, tiki torches, and lamps. Other light sources that are protected from the rain like lampposts won't be extinguished. So at the beginning, once you've placed your torches, you gotta cover them up. Some other features are cacti hurting you, special hurt sounds, and some paintings. And there's also some more unique items they'll let you find on your own. And remember, you can use the radio thing from earlier to turn off the dark grainy visual. Changing your lighting settings works too. And by the way, if I didn't make it clear, the Deerclops is a feature of normal worlds as well as the special world seeds. It's not exclusive to the constant seed. And one last thing for you still watching, I try to drag this video out a little bit longer so you have more to watch from me. Just let me know if you got bored or if you stayed engaged the entire time.